The sleeping serpent stirs in silence. Hey, how you doing? Satnam, Mark Keane here from Sleeping Serpent. I really want to share with you an experience which is very close to my heart, a very special spiritual experience which happened to me a few years ago. And then there have been many and many of these, but you know, throughout the 11 years that I've been proactively practicing Kundalini Yoga and you know, diving deep into the truth within myself on this spiritual journey that we call life. But you know, a few experiences stand out above all others as being really quite remarkable, and I think it's only fair, really, that I share from my experience these occurrences, you know, in the hope that it will benefit you. This one I'd like to show to you today happened when I was here at home and had a friend and fellow Kundalini Yogi over, and we were having a really long and amazing intense chat all about Kundalini Yoga and our experiences. And what I realized was how different his experience was from mine. My experience is that everything had become much more intense, much more alive, much more heightened. I became really sensitive. And, you know, this could be sometimes wonderful, but actually could sometimes be very challenging. And what he found was he became much calmer. He used to be very intense. He became very relaxed. He became very happy-go-lucky. Nothing fazed him. So he had almost a polar opposite experience, probably because he was coming from a different place that had almost the opposite reaction. And something he said kind of stuck in my mind when we were talking, and that was, you've got to allow the physiological changes to take place. And that really kind of struck a chord in me. And after he left, almost immediately, I started feeling differently, and I started to feel a little bit queasy in my stomach almost, which was weird because I sort of mentioned to him something along the lines of how the Kundalini Yoga would cause me to feel something in my stomach sometimes, like, you know, a strong feelings, like gut sensations being felt there. So as soon as he left, I started to feel funny, and then within about an hour it became very intense, and increasingly so. And at one point it became so incredibly excruciatingly painful that it was really quite hard to bear. I could think of nothing to do at that time of night, really, other than try to go straight to bed and try and sort of sweat it out. So I went to bed and tried to sleep, and I was writhing around in agony, you know, and sweating and bucket loads, and just, I thought, my God, I've never been in so much pain. What the heck is going on, you know? And then suddenly, from absolutely nowhere, absolutely unexpected, poof, the whole world disappeared. I am not kidding. I'm not even kidding. I hadn't taken any drugs, nothing like that. All I can say is that literally in that moment, I went from being in physical pain in my bed, in my bedroom, everything fine, completely awake, alert. Obviously, how can you possibly sleep with that amount of pain? And then suddenly, my sense perception, my experience of reality, my physical reality, actually just vanished. It actually just vanished. My body was no longer able to be seen or perceived or felt. I was not in any pain. I couldn't hear anything. All was left was a sense of awareness and just nothingness. It was just like just like a blank screen, like a blank white canvas. And I think it almost was a very subtle noise of it, as if, you just, as if the TV had just kind of finished all its, before we had 24-hour TV, we'd just kind of get this kind of ooh. So when they would kind of finish transmission, it was nowhere near as loud as that, but I almost felt like I could hear that. But there was nothing to see, really, nothing to, but there was a feeling of wow, openness, expansiveness, what, and kind of wow, where the heck is, excuse me, the world gone, and kind of like, obviously a certain sense of trepidation about that, but also an amazement and a wonderment and a bewilderment of the fact that this had happened, and some certain really good feelings about the fact that the world was not there and I was not physically there, but actually my awareness, my ability to perceive and also kind of, think, I guess, a little bit, was still there. Remarkable. And then, bam! Oh, absolute agony. Back into the room, back into the body, back into the pain, back into my gut. Oh, the pain, excruciating pain, sweating, everything. Oh my God, what the hell just happened? Excuse my language. Just very intense experience. And, so I thought, oh, well, that was that. Who knows? And then suddenly, without warning, again, out of the blue, after, I don't remember, some period of time lapse, maybe 5 minutes, maybe half an hour now, I can't remember. But within that sort of time frame, within an hour, suddenly, bam! Silence. Everything had gone. Everything had stopped. The world had gone. There was just this kind of light, this nothingness, this expansiveness. There was just this, wow, what is this? How? And then boom, back into the pain. This drill. That went on for a while. Then again, back into this nothingness. And it happened 3 times. I went out of the pain and into this extraordinary nothingness. This with this kind of blissful feeling. And then I went back into the body, and then that just pursued, and I was had cramps for a few days after that, without any more delightful experiences. But I feel it's really important to share this, because it's proof to me that this reality that we perceive is actually not everything. It isn't, and every spiritual teaching, of course, tells you that. But you just almost have to take it a little bit on belief and a little bit on trust and faith, until you have an experience that shows you that, wow, the world really is created by our mind. We are set on our sense perceptions, and we project it onto this canvas. But actually, when that gets switched off, the canvas is still there, and we're still there. And we are not limited to that. This is what every spiritual teaching tells you. There is this underpinning primal reality, which is the primal reality from which all the world is born. And that's always there, this nothingness from which all of creation is continually reborn. It's there right now, as the blank canvas. I went into it. I experienced it. I think it's important to share with you that. But also, it's really just about allowing. In life, I think we can unconsciously resist, and I know that unconsciously I was resisting these changes that my body needed to integrate. And I was doing these powerful Kundalini Yoga kriyas, as we call them, these exercises that was causing these great changes to want to take place in my physiology to make me more aligned with my true nature, be more happy, be at more peace, be more at harmony. But I was unconsciously resisting these changes because mentally, we fear change, and we fear what we don't understand. And I was holding on, which is what we call being in the grip, which is the ego. And the ego was resisting so much for so long that actually, when I heard the message to let go and allow, you know, it caused such a tidal wave internally of change wanting to come forth physically and emotionally and mentally, that I had that incredible experience. So it just shows you the power of the mind and the unconscious mind to hold us back. So even if we're doing this work and doing all this work, you know, it can be hitting a brick wall unless we really get the message to let go, you know, and find a way to just let go, or, you know, it'll happen, you know, bam, like an incredible experience. And, you know, it's better, I think, to just allow things to gradually change if you can. Just try and go with the flow. You know, after doing yoga or any intense work, just find a way to really relax. I think I was working really hard on the kriyas, on the exercise, getting that down. Maybe not, you know, maybe sort of lapsing a bit on the relaxation period. And now I know, since that moment, that relaxation is just as important as the kriyas themselves. If you just do the exercises, you know, without relaxing, it doesn't integrate, and you don't reap the benefits to anywhere near the same amount. And in a way, you kind of not doing yourself more harm, but you're not doing yourself any favors, but not allowing the changes to take place, because it's just going to get a build and build and build of energy, which is not integrated. So, but once you learn to relax, then the changes naturally take place, and we become who we're meant to be. So yeah, there's a couple of good points there. So one, you know, we are immortal. We can't die. There is this reality that I experienced, and I hope you do experience something like that too. You know, we are limitless beings. We're not limited to this world. And the second point is just let go, allow everything, just accept your reality, and go with the flow, and just find a way to relax. And don't underestimate the importance of relaxing. And so thank you very much for watching this video, and have a good day. Sat Nam.